Well, I think one of the things that's been really inspiring to me is it feels like it's a palpable shift. I mean, I don't know any other way to describe it. You look around the world and you see that in the UK, in New Zealand, in South Korea, there were these huge kind of, I guess, demonstrations, but positive demonstrations last weekend in the wake of his death. And it's people, Michael, I feel like coming back to a place of faith. I feel like that has been, I mean, that was such a big part of what Charlie did. Not only did he go on these college campuses and sit down and say, hey, I'm ready to debate you. You give it whatever you got, give me your best. I'll give you my best. I'll tell you my viewpoint. You tell me yours. But he did it from a place of faith and a foundation in God. And his faith was so important to him. It does feel like there's a bit of a spiritual revival going on all around the world. But I would say, especially with a younger generation. I mean, last Sunday, I think churches were full across America. To me, nothing could be better than this. To me, there is nothing greater than the idea that maybe our country is headed in a more faithful direction. And to see that shift, to me, I think is a very exciting place to be. And I only wish Charlie were here to see it, because I don't even think he would believe what a profound impact that he's had.
Could not agree more. And the fact that, I've got 3 kids who are in college. All 3 of them attended vigils, and the stories that we've heard, from all across the country, every single state where the vigils have been held. I think that's profound. I really do. And we need that. I think America honestly needs to take a moment and reflect and to think about where we are, because when I see the comments online, some of them are really moving, some of them are really strong, but then we see the vitriol on the left where there's celebrations, the fact that Charlie was killed, that a husband and a father of 2 young kids was murdered in cold blood, and that is worthy of people celebrating and calling for more. Really, truly, it hurts your soul. And I think it's just, that it shows the radicalization that we've seen from the left. President Trump is absolutely right to call that out and talk about how appalling and how disgusting it is. But as a country, I think we do need to use this as a moment of reflection, much like we did right after President Trump was shot, and say, hey, what are we actually fighting for? What was Charlie fighting for? What is President Trump fighting for? It was really moving to me when he said that he was going to dedicate the rest of his life to making sure he doubled down on his fight for America after surviving, the assassination attempt. We need to take that same approach here and make sure that Turning Point and the rest of the conservative movement carries on Charlie's vision, and we're going to fight for a greater America.